Hello. Hello to the world. It's me, Hal. And we got this with Mark and Hal. Greetings to all the people of the world who may be watching this on Twitter or on YouTube or on Facebook. 8 of you here, 8 strong. It is just me right now. Mark is on his way. He was delayed, but he will be here soon. In the meantime, if you have stuff you want to talk about from recent episodes, that's what this is. If this is your first town hall watching, this is not a clean slate. This is not a settling topics. This is really more just an opportunity to sort of chat with you. If you have any questions about the show or questions about Mark or I in general, or feedback on recent episodes, what you liked, what you didn't like, what you'd like to see more of, this is our chance to hear that from you. We're also going to do, to fill a little time here, or vamp, as they say in the business, I'm going to do some trivia, some live trivia with Ken. Ken, you want to pop on? Thank you, Greg. Greg and Leslie are like the first couple of Philadelphia who have come to see a live We Got This there. I hope we can come back there. I do miss Philadelphia. I love doing that show. Mark will be here momentarily. Until then, Ken, do you want to come up with a quick trivia question from the dark abyss in which you live?
Okay. Well, yes. I didn't hook up the camera. This is all impromptu. So here are the trivia categories. Because I just need to be a presence in the background. That's my thing.
You know what? Let's do something fun. Let's go off of this road. You have a book of called Video Game of the Year.
I do.
Is that the name of the book? And what this book is, for those who don't know, is a list year by year through 2018?
The official byline, a year-by-year guide to the best, boldest, and most bizarre games from every year since 1977. So this book has chosen what it believes is the game of any given year from 77 to the present.
Okay. All right, let's bring in Mark. Hello, Mark. Mark, right now I'm about to do
How is this already happening? I'm literally 2 minutes late. What's happening?
Well, we start at noon. I said I was going to vamp. We're doing a quick trivia. I'm going to do the video game book.
Okay.
So while you get prepped, I will do a
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Book. Give me let's try. I'm going to try that. I've already answered a couple of these. I know that 2017 is Fortnite. We know that 2016 is not Fortnite. I forget what the
Pokemon Go.
Yeah, Pokemon Go. Thank you. 1985 is Super Mario Brothers. Let's try. I think a good year to do this is 1981. Mark, let's talk about 1981.
Does it go all the way back to 1981?
It goes back to 77.
Yes, it goes back to 77.
What was that? Pac-Man?
Pac-Man was earlier. I think Pac-Man was 80.
Okay.
And Miss Pac-Man, I think, was 1982. So
Donkey Kong?
I think it's Donkey Kong.
The year you've chosen is 1981, correct?
And 1981.
That's final year? And what's your final answers?
I think it's Donkey Kong. We're trying to figure this out together. We're not competing.
Yeah.
No. That's why I said your final answers as a group. I didn't ask for one or the other. You don't compete. You're a team.
Yeah, it's Donkey Kong.
And guess what? That team just won because it is Donkey Kong for 1981.
Yeah. See?
Fabulous.
There you go.
Are we doing trivia today?
Yeah, we do. Let's mix some trivia. And I also, I told everybody already, Mark, what we're doing here, that this is not a clean slate. It's not a live settling of topics. It's a chance for them to ask us questions, give us feedback, what they like, what they want to see more of, what they want to hear less of.
Hello, people of the world that have joined us today, and regulars of the town hall. This meeting is in session. Give us your grievances while I grab a Diet Coke.
I don't know. I hope they don't have any grievances.
Yeah, what are the people saying? Ken, you have unique access.
The grievances Ken needs to turn a light on in his home.
There's a lot of hand waving. There's a lot of greetings. They're ready to go. They were raring to go.
Let's do it.
Yeah, they're ready.
I think the bigger one is there's not enough French fights.
True.
Sure.
And they're hiding behind anonymous user on Facebook. How do they get their name to appear if they're watching on Facebook?
I think it might be privacy settings. I think that is privacy settings. So, but if you prefer to be private, you at least are getting your comment out there, and hey, I did that. But I believe that's a privacy settings within Facebook.
See, Mike, you allow people to feel seen.
Yeah, I don't need 1,000 apps on my phone if there's a website. I'll just go to the web. I don't need Kayak on my phone.
Yeah, but you're also a phone wiper.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
You delete. I've watched you do that. I remember the first time I think I saw you do this was in New York when we went to Vassar.
Yeah. And
For-
I had some that American Airlines app like screwed something up on my phone. And I was like, I don't want this app. Get this off of here. And I tried to delete it, and it still had some sort of infiltratey fingers in my phone that I could not figure out where they were. So I was like, forget it. I just wiped the whole thing.
But you only have like 32 gigabytes of storage on your phone, right?
No, I'm 128, baby.
Why do you wipe it so often? I still don't
Because-
fully understand why you wipe it.
it for efficiency. It makes my phone work better. I don't like having. Here's what I don't like having is when you look online and you plug your phone into your computer and it gives you that that little bar where it's all different colors and it's like yellow is your photos, green is your apps, such and such is your documents, all this stuff. I don't like having that gray one that says other. If that gray one that says other gets to be more than 2 gigs, and at one point it was like 70 gigs that just said other.
Because that's
I
where
was
the
like,
devil
nope.
exists.
I'm wiping this clean. I'm getting rid of everything on my phone. And now it's just a thing I do. Because everything updates into the cloud anyway, all the important stuff, my messages, my everything's already in the cloud. So I wipe the phone clean. By the time I wake up the next morning, it's already repopulated with the messages that I need. And the photos, because that's really it, is messages and photos. Everything else is just clutter.
How old is your phone, Mark?
It's 12 mini, and I love it.
I have
love
an
the tiny,
11.
tiny phone. It's great.
I have an 11. I think it's an 11 Pro.
Mhm.
No, it might be just be an 11.
I thought you got the Max.
No, I don't. Jennifer has the Max.
Oh.
She's a big phone. She likes a big phone.
I have the
don't
iPhone
know.
11 Pro as well.
Yeah.
But I get it for the storage because I have every photo I've taken since 2010 on my phone.
I have 42,000 photos on my phone, but they're all stored in the. Why don't you store them in the cloud? They're stored in the cloud, and then it pushes miniature versions to my
I
phone.
don't trust the cloud.
Why not, Grandpa? You're yelling at them.
Wow.
I love how the two of you are flip sides of the same coin. Like you will wipe.
Yeah.
If you see a crumb on a plate, you throw the plate in the garbage. Ken has every plate he's ever eaten off of stored, and the just everything's overflowing with plates.
Yeah. Clean, displayed nicely. They're wonderful plates.
Plates from all 50 states up on the wall that you collected. Your Hummels, those are still there.
Also, in reference to the clean slate, they are now specifying that there are I Spy books is what the comparison
I know, I see.
that they were.
Yeah. I didn't realize that there were I Spy books. I maintain that this show is based on our personal experiences, and in our experiences, I Spy was a game that we played in the car.
Yeah, look, Jeffy baby, if we don't know,
listen, Jeffy baby.
If we know, I think the majority of people probably know Where's Waldo books better than I Spy books. Once I saw the pictures, I recognized them and said, "Oh, right, there are I Spy books." But I think Waldo Waldo captured a cultural moment, and I think that to me, like, I really want to get a Where's Waldo poster. If anybody's got a line on like a nice tall poster that I can put in my powder room, I really want to do that for guests so they can,
Where's
if
Waldo
you're sitting there, if it
bathroom
takes a
poster.
minute. Sometimes you need a minute for Lord knows what, but I want you to be able to. I'm not putting a giant crossword puzzle up because we're not all using our hands to touch a pen because that's pee-pee and poopy room. But if you could look at a Where's Waldo and try and find Waldo, it's great. If you find the wizard, the Walda, I don't know the other characters' names. He's got a dog, I think.
Wait, are there other characters that are in all of them besides?
Yes, there's
just
a woman,
Waldo?
and there's a wizard, and
They have
there's
names.
a dog. That I know, I don't know them, and I don't want to. I won't. If anybody who tells me, it'll go.
What about a magic eye poster? Would you put that in the bathroom?
No, I want to see the sailboat. No, not gonna happen. By the way, Mark, I have to thank you.
Yeah,
you're
welcome.
I was talking about you this morning. On we were doing our hike with our friends, and I was talking about, hey, we were talking about what they're going to do the rest of the day. So I have a live stream, but then Jennifer and I are going to go to the Los Angeles Zoo. because it's
Are
Gorilla
you
Day.
you're gonna go? It's official.
I
It's
have
National Gorilla Day.
my gorilla shirt on. I have
Yeah.
one of my most cherished gorilla behind me. But I appreciate you sending that to me. You know me so well.
Of course, buddy. I
But
saw it.
that's
I was like,
something-
I have to send this to Hal. It's
Yeah.
National Gorilla Day on Saturday. They're doing all kinds of fun stuff. Of course, we've also got Jazz Fest LA. I was tempted to go do that downtown today.
Unless they have gorillas playing a saxophone, I can't go. I love jazz music and I love gorillas.
What if I told you that Sax Squatch was going to be there?
I'm interested. That is the weirdest live. Just some dude out in the woods playing the.
It's so good. It's my
saxophone.
favorite TikTok live is just a man in a Sasquatch outfit playing saxophone in the woods.
Yeah. All right. So Common Lord is Wally. Wally is the wizard.
No, Wally is in the UK, so it's not Where's Waldo, it's Where's Wally in the
I
UK.
see. But similar look, right? Like the
It's
glass.
exactly the same. It's the exact
Exactly the
same
same.
character. It's Where's Wally instead of
Why
Where's
would
Waldo.
you change the name? Is there nobody in the UK named Waldo?
I'm not sure why the cultural divide changed.
Sure,
the name,
because
but-
Waldo is that famously American name that everyone has.
Yeah, it's American Pie,
Yeah.
Ralph,
cheeseburgers, and Waldo.
Yeah.
well, and Emerson.
Yeah,
Sure.
Ralph Waldo,
That's
Emerson,
true.
Lake, and
We
Palmer.
did have one.
He was often found in the woods.
That's where he discovered Sasquatch.
Here's recent episode discussion.
Okay.
Okay, there's feedback from Greg for everyone. Anyone who's best car color discussion. We're talking about that episode. What about two tones? That's blue with white stripes, white with blue stripes, etc.
I like a
Green
two-tone.
Mustang with white stripes was a handsome lady.
Is that a two-tone or is that a car with accent colors?
I think it's detailing. I think
It's
that's it.
detail- I
A
think
two tone
that-
would be like green, like cut down the middle, green and yellow.
cut down the middle. Like,
Yeah, like
it's a
you-
jester.
Yeah, like you draw a line, like it's Two-Face. What are you gonna do? Do it in quadrants, like green front, yellow front, and then the yellows are diagonal and the greens are diagonal?
Let me
no
ask you
sense.
this then. If I look at like a classic 50s car,
Yeah.
where it's got the top where it's not cut, it's not bisected this way, it's bisected this way.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like you've got white panels and pink panels and like the rim around where the seating is white, but the fenders are pink. And then the undersides of the doors are white with that I would call two-tone, but
Yeah.
stripes I would call detailing.
And I think you categorize those. It feels like most often it's white with an accent color. So the white is on the top, like you say, the hood and stuff. I would say the color is whatever the other introduced color is.
Yeah.
Because these are all, we're a white car with blue stripes. I know people do that, but I think it's more. I feel like I more often see a car of some solid color with white detailing, and it's beautiful.
What is your favorite? I'm going to make my car look like a classic movie car version that you've seen. I will point out that I've seen a couple of good mystery machines driving around Los Angeles, and at least one really good Herbie the Love Bug, which I'm pretty partial to.
That one feels like an easier one to do.
Yeah, just if you have a white Volkswagen Beetle, you just put the 53. Is that his number? You just put the big dot with the 53 on it.
Yeah, you paint it white. You do the red and blue stripe from the along the top, along the middle, and then the 53. I have an immense amount of respect for people who take DeLoreans and turn them into Back to the Future time machines. Number
impressive.
one, it's my favorite movie. Number two, the community around those builds is incredible. And here's the diagnostic. Here's what everything is supposed to look like. Here's how you get the wires. Because a lot of those are it's a movie prop, so it's a lot of just sort of reused things.
Yeah, this is a juicer. Isn't Mr. Fusion a juicer?
Yes, as a food processor. Yeah.
Processor.
So you can do different. You can do the Back to the Future 1. You can do a Back to the Future 2. I feel like
If
most
you own
people
a
do that.
train, you can do Back to the Future 3.
You can transform a train. But I just think those are cool, and I can't comprehend, as someone who is not mechanically inclined as far as cars go, the amount of work it takes to build out something like that. I just think it's really impressive.
We got to get you up to that California meeting of the Back to the Future fans. Have you seen this thing? They do it annually. My buddy is he plays Doc Brown there.
Oh,
But frequently, like Zemeckis will come, and Fox used to come, and Christopher Lloyd. But they're like all of those guys that do those cars. They all converge there, and there's
No.
like the most famous one because that one got to become like the picture car for all kinds of stuff. It's a fun world.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah,
I would love to.
I'll
do
hook
that.
you up with my buddy Rusty. We were talking all about it, and I was thinking
Please.
about you in the conversation about you can go and like see that they bring the train out. It's where they shot all of that stuff,
Oh wow.
so you can see the cliff. That's another thing. They
into
watched the movie at the cliff where
Eastwood Ravine.
Eastwood Ravine. So they will like put a jumbotron up and watch the movie at Eastwood Ravine, which is cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
into
Hal,
it.
did you figure out where you learned to pronounce Worcestershire sauce wrong?
You're just pronouncing it pretty like Worcestershire sauce. That's
Worcestershire.
That's what
Worcestershire.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how we're pronouncing it wrong.
I don't know, but Zebulon Foof. If you
Oh, is it
do
because I said Worcestershire?
maybe
I feel like I saw a television show
Worcestershire.
where
It's the
someone
Worcestershire.
British said you're not pronouncing it. It's not Worcester sauce, Worcestershire.
No,
It's Worcestershire.
I think the difference between us was I was saying Worcestershire sauce and you were saying Worcestershire sauce, and that was
Yeah,
the
that might have been wrong. Maybe I
That's just
misremembered what I
Philadelphia.
heard. But yeah, that's the Philadelphia.
Hal, what's your hat?
Oh, I'm
today?
asked about the
Vintage
hat.
Denver Broncos. That's my guess.
No, this is
No.
the
Durham
Durham
Bulls.
Bulls that I bought in Durham, North Carolina, at the actual stadium. I was there for a Night Vale tour, and it was the hotel is basically attached to the Durham Bulls Stadium, and they have a whole shop. Ken drove up from where he lives in North Carolina, and we walked all around and got lunch together. I think maybe Cecil was with us, but we went in that store, and that is where I bought this hat. They have all the
Great
this
hat.
is not the current logo they use, but obviously they have a lot of merch with this on it because it was immortalized in the movie Bull Durham.
We
I
all
have a
went to that
question
great
about-
barbecue place. in
Barbecue
Durham.
place, yes.
I have
The
a
pit.
question about Greg On's logo of a cartoon drawing of Gritty.
Yeah.
Is Gritty? Are we like on the other end of a trapeze and Gritty is reaching out and catching us? Did Gritty just push us? Like, I can't tell if Gritty is helping us or trying to kill us in this picture.
You'll never know what Gritty's true intentions are. That's what makes him so compelling.
That's
He's a
true.
mystery wrapped in an
We never
enigma.
know. How do I feel about the Jeopardy Second Chance tournament from Jeffy Baby? Jeffy Baby, I love the Second Chance tournament. Specifically because of the moment when Ken goes around. I think they're missing an opportunity to not do it to everyone. They've only done it to a couple of people, where Ken goes down the line and he's like, in that, that section that everybody fast forwards through, when he does that and he's like, so here's how you screwed up the first time. Here's what you missed. I think he's missing an opportunity to make people relive their lost moment every single time he goes down. But it's been a fun tournament. I watched the end of it last night.
I think game shows where people who have failed in the past or tripped up get a shot at redemption is really interesting. I'm a huge fan of Survivor.
Mhm.
I think it is. I've referred to it several times as the greatest game ever played, and I stand by that. The one thing they haven't done, they've done a lot of different versions. They've done some that are more
Heroes
like
and villains. They did like
they've done Heroes and Villains a couple times. They've done All Stars. They did one called Winners at War, where it was all people who had won the game previously. That maybe is the best season they've ever done. But what I would love to see, and they could do it at this point easily, is a season made up entirely of people who were the first one eliminated from the island.
That's hilarious.
Because we never got to see what their game was.
Yeah.
And they get voted off for a variety of reasons. So you
We
get
also
to see
never got to see how potentially bad they were at building a lean-to.
Exactly. You have no idea how much they suck at shelters. You have no idea what their ability, really having them come back. Some people are just so grating. You go, oh, they're going to get rid of them. They either messed up a challenge so badly or are so bad at building bonds with people, are so obvious in their game, like they're getting too strategic too early, that they get eliminated. So I would love to see someone like that come back and see how differently they play. Like, can you learn from your mistakes? That's for anybody who returns, is like, can you identify the problems in your game from last time or can you lean on the things that you did the strongest to get further? And that's what
I'm
makes it so
curious.
compelling.
I wonder how much of that was them losing the game and how much of the first person going out is the producers. You know what I
It's
mean?
not, they can't, it's a game show and there's money on the line, so they can't mess with, they cannot, like, it would be the same as if they were like, we like this person on Jeopardy, we're going to give them the answers at the commercial break. They can't do that.
That's true. They can't do that. But if the elimination is based on simply, well, I guess that's their eliminations are all just based on
It's the players voting.
on based on the other players.
It's your tribe members
It's
voting.
not
Yeah.
like it's not like Hell's Kitchen, which back in the day, my brother was on Hell's Kitchen. He was not even on the last two people where they had like he was not even one of the two choices. Gordon Ramsay sent one of the guys back, brought my brother forward, and eliminated him second on his season. But that's because the producers did not like that he was calling them out on some of the BS they were pulling. So I guess if it's one where the host is making the decision of who stays and who goes, I put air quotes around decision because at that point,
Yeah.
I think there may sometimes be other things involved, which is weird because Hell's Kitchen does have a prize involved, but it's not like just a regular game show. Anyone can be on it.
Yeah.
Like the whole quiz show scandal that led to these particular rules. I remember working for a game show briefly. We had to deal with all
Street
of
Smarts.
that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Working on Street Smarts.
Yeah. I mean, look, there's always going to be, for any reality based show, there's always going to be some editing, like story editing. But I think by and large, the game that you see is like the way they edit it is flawless.
Yeah.
And at this point, we're so far into it. The game's been around for what, 23 years. So people who are coming in 46, 47, they're doing two a year for that long. They're such huge fans of the show that there are like 3 different games going on. So they know how the game's played. The game keeps adapting so that they don't know what's coming next. It's just, it really, if you've never watched it, Mark, it's worth watching.
I've watched, I think 2 or 3 seasons of it.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
Here's a
enjoyable.
question.
It just didn't hook me in like it has with you, I know, but I really liked the ones that I watched.
I'll send you the right season. Sarah Larson asked us, in case no one has done it yet, on behalf of Kate McManus, what is everybody reading? I'm currently reading Moonshine by Jasmine Gower.
Nice.
What are you reading, Mark?
I'm on a Simon Rich kick lately. So I've been reading a lot of Simon Rich short stories. I think I mentioned this last time. Hits and Misses I finished, and then I've just been like burning through those. I'm reading a Jay Shetty book right now, just for relationship purposes. That's been pretty fun. What else am I reading? I'm also reading because I've been taking an acting class that I've been loving. Michael Chekhov's To the Actor, and the extended version of it on the technique of acting, which has been just, I guess it's kind of a cop out to say here's the textbook for the class I'm taking. That's what I've been reading, but
no, it is what you've been reading.
Book. It's the book I've been reading lately. Yeah. What about you?
I got 2. One is I believe it's called The Boys by Ron and Clint Howard.
Oh,
and
nice.
That's what I'm listening to on Audible, and it's
you
great.
Love your Audible autobiographies.
Love it. It's so good.
Autobiographies.
Yeah, I'm still making my way through Oscar Wars, which is really dense and fantastic, because I'll listen to it and fall asleep, and then I'll have to go back. But it's led me to watch movies that I had not seen before, including
Like
Born Yesterday, which was fantastic with Judy Holliday.
I never saw
Crawford.
the original Born Yesterday.
Yeah, that's the one. It's Broderick Crawford and
I never saw.
Holden.
That's the one I never saw. I saw the. It was John Goodman, Melanie Griffith, and
I don't know. It feels like a Richard Gere movie.
Remake in the early '90s.
Oh yeah, the original is.
And then I saw the play once forever.
The original is great. Judy Holliday came from the play, like that play really like launched her career.
Yeah.
And then they adapted it into a film, and she got cast, I think, against the I think it was Zanuck. This might be been a Fox thing, but Zanuck didn't want her because she wasn't like attractive enough to him. But
Yeah.
then she went in and she won the Oscar for Best Actress that year.
Hell yeah, she
1950.
did.
Crowded field in 1950. Then there is a physical book that I've been reading. This is one I come to every once in a while. And if you are a sports fan, you will appreciate it. It's really funny writing. If you are particularly from the Philadelphia or tri-state area, it is great. This is by Dave
Mummer's
Reuter.
Bible.
It is called A Phillies Odyssey. And what it is it's exploring the forgotten players of Fightin's yesteryear. So it's all of these like either one-off or players who weren't that good or had like these flashes in the pan, and really like just really funny, really great writing style. He also wrote a Sixers Odyssey, which is the same thing but about the Philadelphia 76ers.
Is it so specifically about lesser known Phillies, not just all
Yes.
of MLB?
Yes.
It's Philly specific.
Sample chapter would be, let me give you something from the listing. We have like the bounce back, the muscle, the scapegoat, the pride of Bucks, the king of long relief.
All of those sound like trips to the bathroom that you've taken.
Yeah, exactly. They're all descriptions. This is actually one of those things where you've seen that. If we already talked about this, like when you go to someone's house and in their guest bathroom, they have like a log book. Not, and I don't mean that as like a pun. I mean
right.
Tell us
about the logs that you left.
They want like reviews of like your time in the bathroom, which feels that's too much information.
Yeah.
To have committed to writing.
Yeah. I get that. Is it on the back of the toilet or is it on a shelf in front of the toilet? Like you're sitting and reading and then you pick it up and write, or you're standing and peeing and you pick it up and write.
I think you're supposed to do it at the conclusion. Like, how was your stay? It's usually, I don't know, it's somewhere like accessible, somewhere where when you're in there, you go, oh, what is this?
Because I did have that thought as well of where you're going to put the Waldo poster. Are you like going to do the deluxe speed round edition and put it above the toilet for when someone's peeing? Or for an identified male is peeing?
No, you've seen there's a piece of art over the back that you can look at.
True.
Go, oh, that's pretty. I'm done. Yeah. But if you got to sit down, boom.
What are we looking forward to in autumn and fall? Says Owen Proctor Jackson. I'm looking forward to a trip to New York. I'm going next week. I love New York. I love driving from Montreal or to Montreal from New York and going through the Adirondacks and seeing the fall colors.
Is that what you're doing?
We're not going to do that this trip, but I'll take another trip probably late October and do that because I do love it.
That's lovely.
Yeah. Halloween. I got to think of a good Halloween costume. I love that in the fall. What about you, Hal?
The thing I look forward to, number one, is I was talking to Jennifer this morning. I was like, let's go apple picking. I haven't been apple picking in a long time. Would love to do that. Number two is one of my favorite days of fall is November 1st at 12:01 a.m. because that means Halloween is over and I can break out every Christmas decoration and play the music nonstop.
Hey, buddy,
nothing wrong with Halloween.
You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait.
You just got to
put a little Tim Burton in there. Just put a little Tim Burton in there.
No, I'm not interested. Not interested. Here's my take on Nightmare Before Christmas. It's fine. I like it fine. Yeah. It's good. Music's good. Don't care for it enough that I want to carry it over. I have nothing against Halloween. If you enjoy it, this is like your prime time. Enjoy it all the way through the 31st. Out of deference and respect, I wait, and then as soon as it's over, as soon as we're into November, Thanksgiving can go screw. I want the Christmas stuff out, but also I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving. I have my nephew's bar mitzvah in November, so that'll be nice to go to that, and then just relaxing.
When will there be a live show again? I'm ready anytime.
Yeah, who's booking us? We've talked about this before. It's sort of like we would love to do a live show. There needs to be demand for us it needs to make sense for us to go and do it, which we would love to.
We could look back into more Comic-Cons and doing those because I love doing shows at Comic-Cons.
What was our last? Was our last live show? Was Dragon Con the last one? It wasn't. Wasn't it? Oh no, you weren't at.
You weren't at Pensacon because I was filming. Yeah.
Yeah. We did an unofficial just to fill the panel slot.
Doesn't count.
No, we have a recording of it. We just haven't released it.
Doesn't count.
Yeah, we'll see. TBD. I would love to be able to grow to the point that we could actually go do. Like I don't think I don't have this idea that we're going to be the McElroys and sell out like town hall in New York, but I think we could do smaller venues and put together a tour at some point. That feels like something that would be within reach, but it really is like a matter of, it really just gets down to growing the show, because all of you who are so lovely and supportive live very far away from one another. So It's not like we can go to the town where you all live and do a show that will fill a theater.
Just interject. I think they might also mean we have done live streams, live shows in that way.
Oh, never.
As well over the past couple of years.
This is it.
This is it. This is the last one.
This is it.
Yeah, I would love to do. We'll talk more about that. We'll have something to announce soon.
Did you steal a picket sign?
No, I didn't steal a picket sign. I took one home with me so that I could write a message on it because I got a blank one.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And then when I take it back, it'll have a. Can we see some of the instruments mentioned in the instrument episode? What do I have nearby?
Oh, I have to go into another room to get the automaton. That's not.
I don't know what you're going to hear.
Nothing.
I don't know what you're going to hear because I know on Zoom there's that like compressor that takes out plosive sounds, but did that come through? Could you hear it? And then, of course, did that come through?
Yeah.
Okay. See, this is what we should be recording on then, all of the little...
Here, I'll be right back. I'll go get the automaton.
And then while he's getting the automaton, I've also got my nose whistle, which it goes out through here, and then you just make words or sounds through here. So... I don't know if anybody heard that. Hal turned his camera off. I'm the only camera going right now.
We can hear it fine.
Okay,
everything's coming through fine.
Great.
The newest cancellation that Zoom does is not doing on it.
Oh, good. And then I have one of these. I don't know who knows what this is or if anybody has seen one of these before. It is
potato chip.
It's a raspy old hen duck call or bird call.
Oh,
Can I show you this? Yeah.
Don't swallow it. What is happening?
This is how loud it is. Yeah, that's how loud that thing is. These things are. It's the perfect little prank thing. Because it's this big, it's tiny, it fits in your pocket, and it makes so much noise. So
have you brought that back to the picket line?
No, I should. We bought these to take to the Quakes game.
You should really pick it in front of Disney
but
with
picket
a
line
duck
is a
call.
great, yeah.
I thought it was going to make a bird song like in Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
Ridiculous.
What he has in Portobello Road. Doesn't he have a thing that goes, but it's like... Now this is the automaton.
Yeah, automaton.
That's well here, let me shift it to a little bit lower tone so I can do.
Oh, are we gonna play Name That Tune?
Yeah. Okay, ready?
Name that tone. That was Susie and the Banshees.
No, that was our theme song. You couldn't tell?
I couldn't tell.
Anybody out there have a birthday real quick? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
I'm gonna pull up another comment.
Happy birthday,
Mark, are you able to speak more to this?
everyone?
I want to hear more about Gabe. What? Hold on, we got to let Hal.
Oh,
finish
I'm
the
not
song.
done the song. Ken, go away. Happy birthday to you. Thank you. Thank you. I do it for the children.
I want to hear more about what Gabe was calling them out on. It happens every once in a while. I'll get a message from Gabe that he'll call us out on something.
Oh no, this was a reference to his appearance on Hell's Kitchen. I think they were wondering.
Oh,
what...
the thing from earlier, what Gabe
Yeah,
was
to get
calling.
in
I thought
trouble
you meant
for
what Gabe was calling us out on.
But also answer that.
He's texted me about episodes before.
Long list.
So a friend of mine, I don't know how much I'm allowed to say. This isn't being recorded, right?
No, it won't sit on the internet for a long time at all.
My buddy who used to work there told me about all of this. His job when he worked at Hell's Kitchen was he was to sabotage the stoves. That was one of his many jobs. And
oh my
Ramsay
God,
just
they
shut
cut him
down?
off. I knew it. I knew it.
Oh
Come
no.
on, Lord, you're asking the wrong questions. You're getting Mark in trouble. This is the last time. You see that blowgun he used to have over the window? Somebody's using that on him right now. It froze. They don't want you to know.
We
See,
told Mark not to leave the window open behind him.
I'm not. This is why, like, don't ask me what happened. I don't know anything. As far as I know, they did a great job and we're completely honest.
Okay, Hal, you go this question while I'll find out what's up with Mark.
All right. What do you all want to be for Halloween? Practical and dream. Practically, I've never been a costume guy. I've never been particularly into it, or it's not something I have a flair for. If I were to dress up as anything, though, boy, that is a good question. I would love to be in shape enough to be Superman. That would be fun. Something. Oh, what about like a big gorilla costume? I'd be a gorilla. That would be one. Practically, I'm not going to dress up. I'm not fun like that. I really like Halloween is. I love how much people love it. It's just never been my bag. So,
Well,
Ken, what are you going to be for Halloween?
I haven't dressed up as anything.
Since when? When's the last time you dressed up?
The intro to the Gonzo concert in 2015.
What about
when I had the dark helmet from Adam?
The Fox people really did not want me to tell the world about that.
Boy, you got into the first revelation and just shut you down.
And it just
that was a big mistake. We should not.
Yeah, holy shit
for putting that on the screen.
So that was the last Halloween costume or any costume of any sort.
Okay.
Halloween when I was a kid.
Okay, Mark, what are you dressing up? What do you want to be for Halloween, Mark? Practically, and what's your dream costume?
I don't know yet. Ken, you might like this one. Annie and I were talking about doing a duo costume this year, and last night she had the notion to put on our blue Los Angeles baseball pajamas and go as Jammy Dodgers.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a deep cut.
Deep cut.
Do you have candy with you to give out to anyone who identifies the gag?
No, if we had Jamie Dodgers, we would just eat them all. I don't know. Like, what do I want to be for Halloween? Like dream version?
Yeah.
Functioning Superman costume.
That's what I said.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, functioning Superman costume.
If I was in shape, be Superman.
Which Superman?
The one who can fly around and see through stuff and shoot lasers.
Christopher Reeve.
What
Superman? We mean which Superman?
Christopher Reeve.
Okay, Hal.
Christopher Reeve or Brandon Routh or any of them.
Well, it's trunks or no trunks.
Oh
yeah, because he doesn't have trunks. The Henry Cavill one doesn't have trunks.
Brandon Routh does not have the red trunks.
Yes, he does.
Does he has his low slung ones.
Yeah.
Do you like a Speedo? What kind of
Low-slung-
cut of briefs do you like?
Well, it doesn't matter as long as I can fly. That's the point. If that's the dream version. The
So-
practical version of a Halloween costume, the Superman version that is the lazy dad costume from every Comic-Con, which is, I'm just going to wear a Superman shirt and then a shirt and tie over it. And I'm going to be Superman running into the phone booth.
It's a little open, yeah.
So, adjacent Halloween question, but this is based on a comment
Yeah.
going on in the chat. Where do you two stand on haunted houses?
Love them.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things.
I like
Did
you go, when's the last time you went to one? Did you go to one recently?
I went to
You
Halloween,
do
Horror
Halloween,
Nights.
yeah, Universal, right?
Yeah.
Don't
But I
you
mean,
go
like,
every year?
I go every year, yeah.
Not like a whole, but that's a whole park experience. I'm talking about a haunted house, like separate.
Well, all of those are individual haunted houses. There is
Right.
like the whole overarching experience for the place, but the whole thing is just a bunch of individual haunted houses. I went to one local one too last year that was fun.
Have you had
there's
any
a bunch of
experiences like Leslie has? How do you react within them?
Lashing out when startled? No. Though I did get lashed out, positively lashed out, which is not what I want in a haunted house. I started to go through one. This was at Universal, and look, man, I get it. It's your first night doing this, but you know it's going to be employee night. You know it's going to be a bunch of people, so you shouldn't seem surprised. So as I'm walking in, a mummy comes out and goes, oh, hey, Mark, what's up, man? And I was like, George, you can't. It's employee night. This is going to happen to you all night. You can't just get excited when you see your friends, which was nice to see, George. But like to get like a bro hug from a mummy while going through a haunted house was weird.
Yeah, the last haunted house I remember attending was in like elementary school.
Yeah.
And it was the kind where like the wet spaghetti, the witch's hair, and
Yeah.
then
Touch these peeled grapes, they're eyeballs.
Peel the eyeball. But somebody would also go get a whole cow's tongue from a deli, and then you'd reach in the box and there'd be the tongue of a cow.
Ugh.
You have to figure it out. But what I do love is watching reactions of people in haunted houses. I'll watch videos of those all day.
They're great.
I saw an even better one recently, which is little kids in halls of mirrors running into walls. I was in bed. We were in bed. It was like nighttime, and I was trying not to shake the bed from laughing.
Oh, I did that with my nephews. We just went to the Boise State Fair, and we went to one of those where you walk through the thing. Yeah, it was just mirror walls everywhere.
Yeah, and kids
I walked
run.
into more of them. Yeah, I probably walked into more of them than they did, but they ran into a lot of them.
It's like the same every time. It's like little kid goes in. I think they believe they know the way out, so they just run.
Yeah.
And you hear the parent go, "What? Don't run!"
Slam.
And then they laugh.
Leslie says hay rides and corn mazes seem a better option, I suppose. Do you have a favorite between those two, Hal?
I like being carted around.
I love a hayride. I love a haunted hayride because it's the best of both worlds. I know you say non-haunted, but a haunted hayride is great because you're like, oh, this is delightful and pleasant. Say, is that scarecrow chasing us? And this thing only has one speed? Great. Good thing we're going in that tunnel of Christmas lights. I love it. I love everything about a hayride. Corn mazes, I get annoyed because I do them wrong. And then or if I start to do them backwards. There's one that I did and we got turned around so we were going backwards. And the way you know if you're going the right way is they have jokes. They have like kid joke book Halloween jokes. So as we're walking, we see, because the cold goes right through them. You're like, all right, I guess there's some thing about skeletons needing to wear a coat and hat when they go out coming up.
Yeah.
It's like getting the Laffy Taffy where you read the answer first and then try to read the question.
I ruined the joke.
What is this? As Mark is a seasoned acting pro, curious what the motivation is behind the acting class, a specific aspect of acting you're looking to hone or explore. I don't know how you feel about this, Hal. I think we're probably similar, but I'm a big fan of constant learning. I've been acting for 30 plus years, but it doesn't change the fact that I always can learn more. Michael Chekhov's technique is a technique I never learned before, so I'm in a class working on that right now. I am a very big proponent of lifelong learning and taking classes. But yeah, in this particular instance, I've had a coach that I've used for years that I love, David Avcali. And David Avcali passed away a couple of years ago, sadly. But David worked with me on every scene of Blood and Treasure season 2. I went to him for everything. And when he passed, I was looking for a new acting coach. And this guy in particular, Tom Draper is his name. Tom Draper uses a lot of, he builds on a lot of the techniques that David was working with me on. So, not to get too much in the weeds, but whereas I would be working with David on a verb, trying to find a verb for a scene for what my character wants to accomplish, the layer that Tom and Michael Chekhov's course added was that verb needs to end in you and be something actionable I can do to a partner. So, if my goal is to rule the world, command the space, in the role, and I in my classes with Dave and my working with Dave, if you want to lead or you want to rule the world is your motivation. When I go to the Tom Draper class, it's like, okay, that's what you want. How does it relate to the other person? Well, I want to pull that person down. I want their position. So I've got to knock them down. So my verb in dealing with them becomes, I am going to crush you. My goal is to crush another person. So that's just one sort of small example of how, taking one class can layer on top of another.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. Constantly learning, constantly doing things. I'm always looking for the things I like to work on, and I want to take more classes like that as well. Or a lot of like audition technique. How can I audition better? How can I attack copy in a better way? I just spent the last 2.5 years studying commercial voiceover, which is something I'd never really dipped my toes into or really understood. All my training was animation stuff. So that was what I got sent out on by my agent. But, there's a whole other half of a whole other sector of work that just I wasn't really prepared for and didn't know how to deal with, and still learning how to do it. But it feels good to understand and recognize technique at work, because once you learn something, you see it. I'm sure you're the same, Mark, especially with acting stuff. Like you learn a method or a technique, and then you start breaking down every performance you see. Like, oh, here's the verb. Here's what they're trying to do or get from or achieve with the other person right now. And it's, they're all opportunities to learn. You're constantly learning, even when you're not in a class, but it's great to take classes and important to take classes because you're never done learning.
Amen. Mark versus Hal, Go Fact Yourself.
Have you done Go Fact Yourself?
I don't think I've done Go Fact Yourself. I know Go Fact Yourself. I've never done Go Fact Yourself.
Go Fact Yourself is fun. That is a fun podcast. I don't know. That's up to, I guess, I do know at least I know who produces that show.
Put in a good word for me.
And I know Jay Keith a little bit. Yeah, I would do it. It'd be fun. What's my favorite name to say, like a stadium announcer? Like there are different ones. Like Dave Zinkoff, who was the in-stadium announcer for the Sixers when I was a child. He used to say Maurice Cheeks, which I always thought was fun. And he would do Julius the Doctor Irving. That's a fun one.
Pretty good.
I don't know if you're looking for like Cornelius Spruntelhoof or something like that, but yeah, I like. I also like the current guy Matt Cord, Sixers in particular, doing Joel Embiid because he goes Joel the Process Embiid, and then they echo it, and that's really fun. And the Sixers are going to be a train wreck this year, and I'm excited to watch.
My favorite baseball stadium person to hear get announced is when I go to Angel Stadium for games just to see Shohei. But I do love hearing Luis Rengifo is another fun baseball name.
So good.
We don't have any Dodgers with fun, flashy names right now.
No.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. And all the Sixers are like, all the Phillies are like kind of, I'm trying to think of any who have like really exciting names.
No. Trey Turner.
Trey Turner, Bryce Harper.
Yeah. They all sound
Real
like
Muto,
bullies. They all
maybe?
sound like bullies from a prep school.
JT Realmuto also sounds like a Bryson Stott. Also, Alec Boehm.
Oh,
They do all
Bryson and Trey and I are going over to Lakendra's party. I don't know. I don't know if Lakendra plays for the team.
Aaron Nola, come on, we're going.
Before bringing this next one up, I'm assuming that autocorrect corrected looks loves to looks yes. So substitute looks yes with the word love.
Okay.
I don't want to. Let's see what says.
Hi, watching from Fan X in Salt Lake. Is Janet there? Spoke to Janet. Hey, there we go. Spoke to Janet Varney about the show. She looks yes, you guys, so much. You know what? We look yes her.
We look yes her so much.
Yeah, I love Janet Varney.
She's the absolute best.
Have a great time in Salt Lake at Fan X.
Yeah, she's like an all-time. Who would you say are like the? I mean, I know all of our guests are good. Are there people who you think are like particularly, who this is my interest, who are just like they slide into the format so well?
Paget,
and there's instant chemistry.
Janet and Paget, yeah.
Janet and Paget for sure.
Yeah, we've had a few of them. Now there's a podcaster whose name now eludes me, it's mean for me to say that his name eludes me because he was wonderful. I just remember he had the best smile, this guy.
Jeff.
Which Jeff?
Conversations? Jeff Dwoskin?
No, not Jeff Dwoskin, but I love Jeff Dwoskin.
Jeff Dwoskin was also great. Carla Kakowski was
Carla's another great one when we had on to talk about Meryl Streep.
Yeah.
We could talk about about anything with Carla though.
Yeah. Yeah, there are a lot of my dad and my wife.
There you go.
They're both fun.
There are people who I think get the assignment and yet actively subvert it and play against the assignment on purpose to be obstinate.
Like Jackson?
Yes, like Jackson. But the one that I'm thinking of is Acker.
Yeah.
He's like, no, I know what you guys are doing with this show. I'm just going to make it extremely difficult.
Because he's Ben Acker.
I
love him.
I love Ben Acker. I had lunch with
him so much.
I love Ben Acker. I had lunch with Ben Acker. This is the most Ben Acker lunch ever.
You, sir, are no Ben Acker.
Yeah. We went to lunch. I was like, it was pretty early. It was like an early lunch. I was like, I sort of sat down and just started working today. I know you'd like to get sushi. Let's not get sushi today. Let's get something else. I don't want the first thing I eat today to be sushi. And he was like, oh, fine. So we went to this place. He complained the entire time about how terrible this place was.
Sure.
And then he made us go to sushi afterwards. So I ate lunch. He didn't like his lunch. He sat there and waited for me to finish. And then the two of us went and he ate sushi.
You know,
that's the most Ben Acker, and I love him, and I'd say this to his face. I love you, Ben Acker. That's the most Ben Acker lunch.
I would say the three people who, if we're going somewhere to eat, I will 99% of the time let them pick are David Berman.
Yeah.
Who knows Los Angeles, like he is Los Angeles.
He knows LA's restaurants.
And he knows like every time I would hang out with him, he's like, do you want to go get like a barbecued hot dog that comes with kimchi, like whatever it is.
He's the one that introduced me to Bangladeshi food.
Yeah, he takes you somewhere crazy. Ben Acker also always has good choices. There was
but that's also because Ben, regardless of where you go, if he has a place he wants to go, you'll end up going there. He'll just make you go there second.
That's true, but I also like he knows, like, we know the stuff that we like in common, so he'll pick stuff and I'll get to eat at restaurants. There's a place downtown, a Chinese place. Well, first of all, he introduced me to dim sum. I'd never had dim sum before. I went and had it with him. But there was another Chinese place that we like to go to. We went a couple of times, and it closed early in the pandemic. which was like a very sad. We were very
Yeah.
sad about that. And the third one is Ben Blacker because he also has
Knows food.
outstanding taste in food. He always has good restaurants to go to. Whatever it is, I know I'm going to find something that I'm going to love there. So I'm always happy to have them. Just tell me where to
Look,
go.
I'm
I'll show
always
up.
happy to go. I'm always happy to go eat. I did not need to do second lunch just because he didn't get exactly the one that he wanted. Have we done historical ghost stories? Yes. Savannah, Georgia.
No, I think I wanted to say that I did one in New Orleans, but I think it was just a cemetery tour. I think it was just the was it cemetery number 2, whatever that place is called. That's a really cool cemetery where Nicolas Cage has bought a plot. That's not a joke. It's true.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he bought a plot there. It's like this famous. I think it's St. Louis Cemetery number 2, something like that. And he bought a plot there in a small like just prominent and small cemetery where you just go see all these incredible tombstones. Like, yep, Nick Cage will be here at some point.
Have we ever done? We haven't done Best Cemetery. There's some good ones out
there.
there.
That's weird. How about the one where my mother is in all of my family, and I have to go? I have this weird thing where I'll go to visit her. Or Jennifer and I will go when we're in Philadelphia. We always go, leave a rock on the headstone, and then go like, oh, I know my grandmother's here somewhere, but like to try to find them, to try to navigate a cemetery and find them, even with an app, is the dirt worst. I know where the one headstone is that's the most important to visit. I go there, burst into tears, and then it's time to go. Hi, everybody. I'm waving on the way out, but it's like both sides of the family. It's just like they could dig a pit and just it's filled with all my relatives. They're all in there just hanging out. I don't know why we don't have like a catacombs at this point.
Yeah, you should. You should have every family should have a catacombs. Yeah.
I'm going to take this next question. Yes, Greg, I'm excited the new season of Taskmaster is being uploaded to US YouTube. I have tried for years to get Hal and Mark to watch Taskmaster, thinking they would love the show. They have not. I'm very happy that the show in its current season is available for the world to watch on YouTube now as soon as it airs in the UK. That's it. Just wanted to say that you guys really should watch Taskmaster. You'd love it.
Great.
Yeah, at some point we will.
What's next? My favorite name.
Oh, Rico Bronya. The great Rico Bronya, first baseman, power-hitting first baseman. Rico Bronya.
It's a good one.
That's great.
Rico Bronya sounds like he sleeps with the fishes.
This is a weird one. All right. Owen says, okay, this is going to be so shoehorned, but don't suppose anyone. This is like at some point, these just become Craigslist. Like, hey, does anybody remember an animated Kraft singles ad from the 90s with a blonde boy flying on a magic carpet cheese slice? That is the most specific. This is not for us. This is everybody out there. If you heard of this,
does anybody?
I don't. If I have any memory that it's loose.
Slice.
Oh, you're finding it right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find it.
See if you can find it. I don't have. I feel like the ones I remember the most are the Polio string cheese with the parrot, the rapping parrot who goes, "Polio was the word," because they made his wings go like this. And
did I tell you about the string cheese man that they have for Sargento?
No.
So Sargento has a string cheese man who has his string cheese is a giant string cheese. His string cheese is frayed on the top, so it looks like wacky hair, and he wears a Hawaiian shirt. And we were at the San Gennaro Festival, which makes sense that an Italian-named cheese company would be one of the sponsors. So he was there. But when you're at the San Gennaro Festival, which is a Catholic festival, they're going to shut down for a few minutes the street fair, and they're all going to go up on stage for a benediction. So they're all up on stage. The priest is giving a benediction. My buddy turns to me, and he goes, "I swear if that string cheese crosses himself, we are leaving." We didn't leave, even though seconds later, that is exactly what happened. And if you've never seen a giant string cheese man cross himself after a Catholic prayer, this is what it looks like. That's what it looks like when string cheese prays.
Oh, lactose be with you.
Jeff, baby, you are right. We love it too when John Hodgman isn't in
Yes.
the episode, but is
Also a
yelling
great
from the
guest.
stairs.
Yes.
Yeah.
The
Also totally gets
unofficial.
the assignment.
He's our stairwell correspondent.
That's right. That was when
Are we getting another? Are we getting
Oh,
another Paget holiday episode this year? I don't
I
see
hope
why
so.
not.
I love doing a Paget holiday
Just
episode.
have to ask her. She's a busy lady, but right now we actually could.
Nobody's busy right now.
Yeah, we could bank a lot of stuff. What do you think we should get Fillion back? Oh, we need more Bill Loveland.
We need more Bill Loveland. Is he on strike?
He's not watching this. Who, my dad?
Yeah.
From being on the show? No, just haven't asked him.
DiMaggio's great. Another person I just had a meal with.
Yeah.
Was so excited to see DiMaggio. Jean Grey was perfect.
Paul,
PFT's
of course.
great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Paul's fantastic. Paul is like the quintessential. He's like Martin Short on talk shows, just like the perfect guest. He
Our
fits
mystery guest was great.
any format. Oh yeah, that was great.
We can't say who it was, but boy, were they really, really great.
They're great. And another really great, like I think the people who know subjects and are passionate about it are great. I also love the people who get the conversational, like, hey, we're just talking about it. And if we were having this conversation, I think with that mystery guest, if we were like, it felt like conversations we would have had with them anywhere.
Yeah.
Just sort of chatting, like, hey, remember this? What do you think about that? Blah, blah, blah. That to me is the show. That's the show. That's the heart of the show for me is the conversation.
Amen.
Thank you, Greg. Well, thank you, Emily.
Oh, thanks, Emily. Nice to see you.
Yeah, they're available
Always fun to
later.
do.
We're trying to do these regularly, of course, as we've talked about. Maybe we'll incorporate more trivia next time. What do you think about that?
Why don't we do one more trivia question before we go?
One more for the road, and then
One more for the road, and then we'll call it a day on
we'll
our
go to Gorilla
on
Day.
our town
Call it
hall
a
hour.
Gorilla Day.
Oh, Hal's going to Gorilla Day. All right, Ken, do you have any trivia for us?
Oh, so you asked when I put everything away.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know
Want
what?
to do another video
game?
game?
I'm gonna pull one.
No, I
from,
don't want to
no.
do a video game.
I'm gonna pick a card out. That's the
Okay.
easiest to get to, and you're just gonna have to go for the question. You know, I'll pick one for each of you. How about that? You're not
Great.
in competition.
Sounds good.
So your question is:
I love
we're gonna-
like. By the way, I would watch any game show with Ken Plume put upon game show host.
Yeah.
Can I have an E?
I just put all the vowels away.
Mark.
They're under 9
Yes.
meters.
Yes, Ken. I
What
assume
el-
it's Ken. Your lights are off.
What Olympic track star leapt into the world of music videos in 1987 with "Break It Up"?
Leapt. Who was it? Did we have a famous long or high jumper? I'm gonna say either FloJo or Jackie Joyner Kersey. I'm gonna say FloJo.
Is your final answer?
Yeah.
That is incorrect. How would you like to try?
No, those would have been my two guesses.
The answer is Carl Lewis.
Oh, Carl, that
Oh,
would have been in
sure.
the 80s. Yeah. I didn't realize that Carl Lewis got into music. All right, I lost mine. I'm 0 points this whole game.
We'll see if I get one.
Can we share your points? This is for both of us.
Yeah.
Picking a different card for
The
Hal.
point is from all of us.
Hal,
Yep.
what TV survival expert once used candy bars to plug a sulfuric acid leak?
Julia
TV Survivor. TV
Julia
Survivor.
Child.
There are like a few. I'm gonna guess it's Bear Grylls. Don't you think it's Bear Grylls, Mark?
He's the only one who I know by name is Bear Grylls.
Yeah, I'll go Bear Grylls.
Final answer?
Yes.
That is incorrect.
The
We
answer
did
is
it.
Mark, would you
Grill
like to try?
Bears.
Nope.
MacGyver.
He's not a TV survivalist. That's not
MacGyver.
what he is.
The answer is MacGyver.
If
wrote
what you're
that?
if what you're surviving is getting locked in a villain's lair,
Also,
Enough.
this is from the totally 80s Trivial
oh, you didn't
Pursuit
tell us
set.
that.
Well, no, I just picked question and you had to go for
You
it.
didn't say what it was from.
But if you had known the show MacGyver, you would
I
have
know the
known
show
that
MacGyver.
episode. You would have known that episode where you used a candy bar to plug a
wouldn't have.
sulfuric acid leak.
If I had, get out of here. Get out of town with
So
that.
I'm sorry.
If I had
This
watched
required additional knowledge you did
MacGyver.
not have in the moment to be able
All
to
right.
secure this win. It's
I'm-
not my fault. I asked you
Listen.
the question. You didn't get it right.
Hey,
I'm sorry.
hey,
I'm so
let's all
sorry.
calm down.
I'm
Hey,
so
let's all
sorry.
calm down. Cooler heads prevail. I'm leaving on an L to go see a GORILLA.
Yeah, you are.
I
And
think
I'm gonna
we're all
jump into
I
the
leaving.
think that, you know what I
enclosure.
think is? I think that's a W for everybody.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump into the enclosure and give it a big hug.
Yeah,
I'm
do
gonna give
that.
all the gorillas a hug, and I'll feed them peppers
Can-
and cucumbers and all
can
the food
Jennifer
they like.
Can Jennifer film this? Because I think this will go really, really big on TikTok.
Oh,
She-
she'll have passed out the second I get over the wall. But I'm going to hug them all and feed them, and we're gonna eat together. We're all gonna crunch.
Here's
It's
what we'll
gonna be
do.
great.
We'll watch the first part of that video, and like Grizzly Man, we'll just listen to the end.
Yeah. Everyone remember Hal in this moment and the joy on his face.
This
Have
is a great
fun
idea.
at Gorilla Day. Have fun at Gorilla Day.
Yes.
Ken, have fun in the abyss.
It's where I exist.
The liminal space between our world and the next.
Oh, all right. I love you, boys. And I love all of you, the people of the world out there. This is always a blast. So thank you, thank you, thank you. For Hal Lublin, I'm Mark Gagliardi.
For Mark Gagliardi, I'm Hal Lublin. And don't worry, everybody.
We got this.